Deep State don't play. Dirty cop Mueller will threaten Trump attorney with life in prison. By Jim Hoff for thegatewaypundit.com. Last week, dirty cop Robert Mueller stormed Trump attorney Michael Cohen's home and office collecting documents going back 30 years. Mueller may threaten Cohen with life in prison for associating with President Donald Trump. Mueller will find the charges later. The deep state doesn't play, Politico reported. President Donald Trump and his outside advisors are increasingly worried that his longtime personal attorney might be susceptible to cooperating with federal prosecutors. Two sources close to the president said people in Trump's inner circle have in recent days been actively discussing the possibility that Michael Cohen, long seen as one of Trump's most loyal personal allies, might flip if he faces serious charges as a result of his work on behalf of Trump. That's what they'll threaten him with, life imprisonment, said Alan Dershowitz, the liberal lawyer and frequent Trump defender who met with the president and his staff over 2 days at the White House last week. They're going to threaten him with a long prison term and try to turn him into a canary that sings. FBI agents overseen by federal prosecutors in New York last week raided Cohen's office and apartment as well as hotel room he'd been using. And so that's why I just came across, let's go back here, came across an article that Schiff, in other words, that's why Schiff goes into overdrive. This is by Christina Layla for the Gateway Pundit. That was, yeah, and I was wondering about this article. It's where Adam Schiff goes into overdrive, introduces bill to make it difficult for Trump to grant pardons in Russia witch hunt. So this now all ties together because leaker and liar Adam Schiff went into overdrive Wednesday and introduced a bill that would make it difficult for President Trump to pardon anyone caught up in Mueller's witch hunt. Ranking member of the House Intel Committee and shill for Putin, Adam Schiff introduced legislation Wednesday aiming to make it more difficult for President Trump to pardon anyone caught up in Mueller's witch hunt. And that's why he's going, and I couldn't understand. I said, pardon, what is all this about? The bill called the Abuse of Pardon Prevention Act was drawn up in response to Trump's pardon of Scooter Libby. Scooter Libby was former Vice President Dick Cheney's chief of staff who was convicted for lying to the FBI and obstruction of justice. Many took Trump's pardon of Scooter Libby as a message to Mueller. Okay, Adam Schiff said in a statement as reported by the Washington Examiner, President Trump already has signaled that he is willing to use his constitutional powers in order to protect those who remain loyal to him, even if they are convicted of obstruction or perjury. By pardoning Scooter Libby last week, Trump has sent a clear and unmistakable message to potential witnesses against him or members of his family that if you have my back, I'll have yours. At a time of constitutional peril, it is incumbent on the Congress to stand up for the rule of law by creating a strong disincentive to the president issuing pardons to protect himself and obstruct ongoing investigations. So look at this. Adam Schiff, by pardoning Scooter Libby, President Trump signaled he could use the pardon to shield himself and those who remain loyal to him. I just introduced a bill requiring investigatory files to be given to Congress after any pardon in which the president or family members are implicated. I mean, they are going for it all. You see what I'm saying? They're playing dirty. President Trump has left the idea of pardoning General Flynn on the table. General Flynn should be pardoned and reimbursed for his legal fees. He was ambushed and caught off guard by Strzok and McCabe. Paul Manafort was indicted by a federal grand jury on many charges that have nothing to do with the 2016 presidential election, as Mueller roves outside of his mandate without any oversight. And who gave him reign over all of this? Rosenstein. Manafort has pleaded not guilty to the charges and continues to fight Mueller and Rosenstein in court. The Republicans have the majority in the House, so it is highly unlikely Schiff's legislation will make any headway. Well, that's a good one, but what I'm saying is, look what they're trying to do. But I don't, I don't see how they're going to stop. They're not stopping at anything. I mean, they are going after anything, and because Rosenstein had given free rein to Mueller. It was supposed to be only for the election interference, and he took his investigation elsewhere. I mean, it is unbelievable, but the Democrats are getting desperate now. But if Sessions would get off his butt, maybe something would have taken place, and put these people in their places where they belong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.